In public, they ran a successful global business. In private, police allege they abused hundreds of children. Millions dine in their restaurants worldwide, getting a taste of Malaysia supplied by a sprawling conglomerate that claimed to embrace Islamic values by caring for thousands of disadvantaged children they said were orphans in homes across the country. But the leaders of Global Equine Services and Business Holdings, GISBH, are now fighting allegations they ran a cult-like organization that forced followers to work and have many children, some allegedly conceived through rape, to populate orphanages and raise donations that funded their lavish lifestyles. When Malaysian police raided 24 homes run by the company in mid-September, they rescued over 600 children and have since detained hundreds of people, charging some with crimes including child trafficking, sexual abuse, and organized crime. GSB lawyer Rosalie Camerodin says the group's leaders plan to fight the charges. In a months-long investigation, CNN spoke to more than a dozen people, including former members, their lawyers, and religious scholars to understand how for decades Global Equine and the alleged abuse they perpetrated remained Malaysia's best-kept secret. Former followers told CNN they had no contact with the outside world or access to cell phones and received their only news via an in-house television channel that promoted the teachings of Al-Arqam, an Islamic cult that was banned by the Malaysian government in the mid-90s for deviant beliefs that strayed far from orthodox teachings. This is the story of the cult's apparent revival, complete with its own prison islands and holy water infused with the leaders' hair and bathwater that former members say was sprayed on goods produced in their factories and on meals served to diners at their restaurants. Royal Malaysia Police launched a series of raids in September on dozens of care homes operated by GISB8, and over several weeks rescued hundreds of children they say were the offspring of company employees. In one press briefing, Police Inspector General Razaruddin Hussein told reporters children were groomed, malnourished, and subject to child labor exploitation. Health screenings conducted on 392 children found all had suffered physical or emotional abuse. They themselves were abused by their caretakers. Then they were forced to sodomize other children, Hussein told another press briefing. As the raids unraveled, GISB restaurants, grocery stores, and laundromats were closed, blinds drawn, logos stripped off the walls, and social media accounts shut down. Some of the group's members fled back to their hometowns across Malaysia and were waiting instructions from the group's leaders as to what to do next, their families said. In raids on houses affiliated with GISB leadership, police found dozens of books and photographs associated with Ashari Muhammad, the founder of Al-Arqam. Some had been buried in a river, their pages caked in mud. Al-Arqam was an Islamic group led by Ashari known as Abiya, or father to his followers, that believed in building a self-sufficient Islamic community with Malaysia at the center of the Muslim world. It was banned by the Malaysian government in 1994 for deviant teachings, a decision that at the time was questioned by international rights groups as a potential breach of religious freedom. Ashari subsequently spent 10 years under house arrest and died in 2010. GISB's promotional material says the company was founded by Ashari with the aim to develop the Islamic way of life in all aspects of life, such as education, arts and culture, animal farming. Before the raids, GISB had about 100 care homes housing many of the 3,000 youths the group claimed to be their employees, according to former members and information from the company's website.